Karina Rothoff Brix, we are here at the European Blockchain Convention in Barcelona. And how do you like it here?
Well, it's fantastic to see so many people gathering around, and I find it interesting that it's both like crypto natives but also like TradFi coming. So very interesting, yeah, definitely.
And you are the country manager of Firi in Denmark, and here you have moderated a debate about stablecoin. Is stablecoin very important for Firi?
Well, I think that stablecoin is overall important for the industry because it gives the TradFi definitely a use case, because we've been hearing for years that there's no real use case for crypto in the Western countries. So I definitely think that the fact that stablecoins have grown like tremendously the last year is a good use case, and then people start to understand, okay, that's one kind of crypto, and then they will understand that Bitcoin is another kind of crypto, and Ethereum and so on. So I think it's like opening the door into a more comprehensive world of crypto for everyone.
And part of that debate was also sort of where people were discussing that the differences or the likeness between the MiCA regulation in Europe and the Genius Act in the States. And where do you think we are standing? Are Europe still ahead when it comes to some kind of regulation?
Yeah, so the debate was actually around the differences about the newly accepted or turned into force Genius Act in the United States, and then the MiCA regulation, which is like an overall for not just stablecoins. But yeah, we dug into the scope and the intention, the objectives and so on. But in terms of what I think about if MiCA is in front, I know that some of the panelists thought that we were in front of it. I view it more as we don't know yet what the Clarity Act is going to represent, which is actually a huge part of the growth for the crypto industry as a whole. So I'm a bit reluctant to say if we are much ahead. We might be just a bit ahead right now because we know the regulation, but I think that all of the comments and the mindset and the statement that we have gotten from the United States as of lately looks like we might not be that much ahead for a long time. So I'm curious to see where it ends.
And how are you in Firi going to utilize this MiCA regulation? Because you have applied for MiCA both in Denmark and Norway, and why have you done that?
Well, that's a classic example, I think, of the MiCA implementation like issues, which we also touch upon in the panel debate, because there's different terms and different like times when you have to apply. So Firi had like a daughter company in Denmark. So we had to apply at that point because it was before New Year's Eve, and Norway, because Firi is a Norwegian company, was not yet a MiCA, like it's not an EU country per se, it's a EUS. So we had to like just apply in the countries if you wanted to stay relevant and stay on the market in Denmark. So it was actually forced. And then 1st of July, when Norway actually made the decision together with other countries to go into the MiCA regime, you can say, then we withdraw the application for MiCA in Denmark, okay. And we just have the application in Norway. So it's actually like, it's not a strategic decision, no. It's more about juggling the new regulation that is different from one country to another one.
Yeah, because then if and when you get that license in Norway, then you can passport it to Denmark and Sweden and all other European countries.
Yeah. And because we are like a subsidiary in Denmark, now we can definitely stay in the market in Denmark until we have like the MiCA license in Norway.
That's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works.
But how is the development? Because Tuck Huang, the CEO of Firi, said that you guys should move to Sweden a couple of years ago. That is maybe happening now, but you also launched in Denmark maybe 4 years ago, I'm not quite sure. How is it going? You know that there are more 350,000 customers in Norway.
Yeah.
So, and there are no really great crypto exchanges in Denmark. So, What's
so
the
how is
numbers?
it going? Yeah, it's not 4 years. Yeah, it's 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and one would remember that we did start up in a time where we had the FTX and all of those scandals. We also have a Ukrainian war starting up, so it was a bit of a tough time, I think. We are growing as expected. I can say we have a very nice growth curve, so we're very satisfied with the way that we are adopting. And more important for us is also that all of our customers are happy and trust Firi as their crypto exchange. So yeah, we are satisfied with our growth in Denmark, and we hope to see the same growth in Sweden when the time is right there.
One question back to these stablecoin issues, because some weeks ago there were 9 banks in Europe that launched sort of a consortium. They are going to launch a European stablecoin, and part of that consortium were one Swedish bank, SEB, and Danish bank, Danske. What do you think about that kind of initiative to increase the possibility to have a euro stablecoin?
Well, part of me wants to say it's about time, but I was not expecting the Danish or the European banks to actually come up with a consortium that is that big. So I find that very positive indeed. I'm a bit, I don't know, I was maybe expecting that they were more ready when they announced it, because they're going to launch it in Q2, I think, or through Q3 of next year, which is far away in crypto terms. So, but I'm very positive because it sends a signals from the Nordic banks that are actually they are entering the crypto era. So they are accepting, and as I understood it, they want to launch it on Ethereum, which is an open blockchain. So that is in essence an acceptance of the crypto space as a whole. It's not a closed blockchain, it's not their own, it's not, so they actually accept that the security and the whole way of working of the open blockchain is good enough for them. So I see it as a very positive sign.
And maybe it's needed, as you say, because it's 0.5% or something that is issued in euro, and 99% in dollars. So how large can this European stablecoins, not necessarily this consortium, but euro-enabled stablecoins be?
Well, that's up to anyone to give a guess on that. I mean, we see right now that the US stablecoins are definitely the ones that are preferred, and I think that back to the panel that we just had, that you see also a regime and the legislation in the United States also that are pushing this environment of innovation into the stablecoin area from the US-backed one. So, and there might be many reasons for that, and still we are in the EU sitting there and regulating something that we don't actually know what is going to evolve into. So I'm a bit worried that we are lacking still behind, because yes, even though we are going to allow more, or we are having more EU-backed stablecoins, it's still it seems like it's very narrow. It's 9 banks out of a lot of actors that could potentially issue EU-backed stablecoins. So yeah, we'll see if it's going to give the EU citizens a lot of benefits to use the EU-backed stablecoins, because otherwise I cannot see that they're going to do it.
One last question about the market, because 1 week ago there was a big crash and a lot of instability in some different global exchanges. What was your experience, and are we now back on track?
I think so, and I think the whole industry, we cannot have a new era, a new technology without some hiccups along the way. And we see still the hiccups in the TradFi systems, but we don't usually hear that much about it. So I'm not that surprised, and I don't think it's going to go away. What I'm more focusing about is that the trust has actually been built up, so there's no real bank run or anything. It's people are having this, oops, let's just pause for a minute, ask if everything is okay, they get secured, and then it's okay, then it's business as usual after a couple of days. So, and I think that's perfectly normal, and I think we'll see that from now on and forever.
Thank you very much then, Karina, and we look forward to follow you guys both in Norway and Denmark and Sweden going forward.
Thank
you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this episode from Kaupr. If you enjoyed the conversation, subscribe to the Future of Finance podcast, available both on-chain and on your favorite platforms. And remember, Future of Finance isn't just a podcast. Sign up for your newsletter to get news, deep dives, and insights, and to be the first to know when new podcast episodes drop. Stay connected with us and never miss an update.